Hey guys, welcome to today's assignment. Today we are going to work with the fourth Microsoft Word assignment. Okay, here are the instructions. You will be creating a professional menu for a fancy new restaurant that you are opening that features all of your favorite foods. I love doing this assignment. I think it's fun. However, it does take a little bit longer than some of those other assignments do. So we're going to just take it one step at a time. This video is for the Microsoft Word version of the assignment. The Google Doc version of the assignment is going to be the other video, and it's going to look a little different. We'll have to make some adjustments for the Google Doc version of the assignment, but that's fine. All right, so just follow along with this video. Remember to pause whenever I tell you to, or even before. Whenever you get to a part where you want to do that step, go ahead and pause it. But let's go ahead and get started by opening up a Microsoft Word document. Okay, we're going to open it up, go to a blank document, and I'm going to go back and forth between Microsoft Word and the assignment. There are a lot of instructions on this assignment, so we're going to cover the page design first. Okay, we're going to choose a theme color, and theme effect. We won't see anything. That's under the Design tab. Changing the page colors under the Design tab, adding a border under the Design tab, and then changing the layout, changing the margins is under the layout. So if you go up here to the Design tab, you can look through themes. Themes are really there to control the colors and the fonts of your page. Now we don't have any fonts. We don't have anything written on our document yet, so it's not really going to look that different. So you can just pick one of these. Go ahead and pick one of these. Okay. However, what will show up is the page color and the border. So we're going to add a page color. I'm going to just go with maybe a light blue. Yeah, I'll go with a light blue. I'm going to go with a dark, thick border here. I'm just going to leave it as black, and that's what it's going to look like. Okay, I'm zoomed out so you can see everything. Once we get started with the menu, you'll see. I'll zoom in so we can see more details here. Okay, the next step is to change the margins to narrow. We've already done this on an assignment. So we're going to go to layout, and we're going to go to margins, and we're going to go to narrow. Okay, do you see what happened? It brought my cursor from right about here. I'm going to undo it. Right about here to right here. So I'm going to redo that. Okay. Next thing, well, now that finishes with the page design. That was pretty quick. Okay, you can pause the video here. You can select the theme color, page color, add a border. It's totally fine if you want to do a black or a darker color for the page for the background. However, you're gonna have to choose a white or a light colored text, a light colored border, and everything. So that's a little bit more complicated. You're welcome to do it if you want to. That is a personal preference. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in a table. Now tables have columns and rows. I know in previous assignments we've worked with columns by going to the layout tab and clicking on columns. Okay, but this is not this is not related to these kind of columns. All right, we want to go to insert. Okay, so let's go to insert, the insert tab, and we're going to click on table. Okay. Now this is a way to add a quick table, but it only gives us an option of 8 rows. Now rows go across and columns go up and down. So that would be 3 columns and 8 rows. We want more, we need more than 8 rows. So I'm going to click on this button that says Insert Table. Click on that option. And then we can just add as many we need 3 columns and we need 13 rows. So I'm going to just type it in right there. 3 columns and 13 rows. All right, this will all make sense once we get the whole thing. Once we start filling out everything, okay? I'm going to zoom in to about 120% so you guys can see this better. When you've clicked inside of the table, okay, we have table tools. We have menu options that pop up here, okay? So if we're not inside of it, we don't have any, but if you click inside of it, you have table tools, design and layout. I forgot to tell you to pause the video. You can go ahead and insert the table. Don't worry, I'll wait. Okay. All right. So we have 3 columns and 13 rows right here. The next thing we need to do, okay, we inserted the table. Next thing we need to do, we need to merge and center your top row and change the height to 0.8. That's 0.80 inches. So that's almost 1 inch. So I'm gonna click once in the top row and let go. Now I'm gonna click right here in the middle and just drag across. You can practice highlighting. Just practice highlighting, clicking and dragging across. I'm gonna go to layout. Now this is where it kind of gets a little tricky. So we need to go to merge cells. Okay. Do you see how that took 3 columns and turned it into 1? Okay. I'm going to change the height from 0.14 to 0.8. Okay. Now, if you'll notice, if I type in the name of my restaurant, which is what we need to do on this first part, I'm going to type in Stella's Cafe. Okay. You notice how it's up here in the top left corner of the box. It's in the top left corner of the box. We want to bring it to the middle of the box, and in the middle of, so we need a middle center. Okay. Here's where we do that. All right. Do you see these 9 boxes right here? Now, if your window is smaller, okay, your window is smaller, it's going to be under alignment. Okay. It's going to be under alignment. So I'm going to click on this one in the middle. It's going to align center. It's going to bring it right down. So it centers it in the, like, up and down, and it centers it left and right. Okay. And finally, I'm going to give it a bigger font. My theme, the theme that I chose, had this font by default, which is awesome. I like that. And I'm going to just play around with the size, the colors, and just make it look nice. Now the next step, I'll go ahead and pause the video. Add in your title. Okay, we need to merge and center. We need to merge the first row. And we need to change the height to 0.8, and we need to center it. Okay, so that's centered at the top, that's centered in the middle, that's centered at the bottom. We want to center it in the middle. Okay. All right, go ahead and pause, do this step, and then come back, and we will work on the next one. Okay. All right, guys, we're on to the fourth. We're on to the 4th step, merge and center your second row. So we know how to do that. I'm going to click and highlight the second row across. I'm going to merge, and I'm going to center. This is the middle one right there. Okay. Now we can test that out by typing in appetizers. Okay. Appetizers. These are going to be the what you get before the meal. Okay. we're merge and center. Now over here in the left column, we are going to add our names of the dishes, names of the food that we're going to serve. Right here is going to be the prices, and over here is going to be the images. Okay, so we're going to have name. So I'm going to type in breadsticks. Now you can do your favorite. Food. Do chicken wings for my appetizers, and what else? Onion rings. Okay. All right. 3 appetizers. Okay. Choose 3 appetizers. Okay. Now, if you're reading along with the instructions, this is where I kind of do it a little in a slightly different order than what the instructions say. So if you're following along with the video, that's awesome. Okay. If you're following along with the video, that's great. Do 3 appetizers. Okay. And then on the next row down after your 3 appetizers, I'm going to merge and center, and this is going to be my entrees. Your entrees are the main dishes. Okay, so I'm going to have 3 entrees. I'm going to have steak. I'll do steak and potatoes. Next one I'm going to do, I'll do pizza. Again, you can choose any of your favorite foods that you want, and I'm going to do a steak and potatoes, pizza, and lasagna. I think I spelled that right. Okay. Next one is going to be dessert. So we're going to merge and center, and I'm going to call this one desserts. There we go. And finally, I'm going to do milkshake and apple pie. Okay. Guys, pause the video. I want you to type out your 3 appetizers, merge and center the next one, and type in entrees, merge and center the next 3. Nope. Don't merge and center. Type in the next 3, the main dishes, all right, and then the one after that, merge and center, all right, and then finally do 3 more. This is why we have 13 rows, okay, and pause right here, and then we're going to come back, add some prices in, okay. All right, guys, I'm going to add prices in. You can put in whatever prices you want. Let's see, chicken wings. Yeah, so you can make it, you can have fun with it. They don't have to be realistic prices, but make them somewhat realistic. You're just making up the prices here. So steak and potatoes, personal pan pizza, lasagna. It's going to be, all right, so just like that, just real quick, add in your prices. Chocolate cake is going to be $4.99. A milkshake is going to be $2.99. Apple pie, slice of apple pie is also going to be $2.99. So type in slice right there. Okay. All right, guys, this is looking pretty good right now. Go ahead and pause the video, and then we need to insert images. So we're going to insert images here in just a second. All right, go ahead and pause the video, and we will do the images here next. Okay. All right, guys. Next, we are on to the images. Okay. In column 3, this is number 8. In column 3, rows 3 through 5, insert images of your appetizers. Resize your images to a height of 1 inch and width of 2 inches. Don't forget to unlock the aspect ratio. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, I'm going to click in the column in the row where it says breadsticks. All right, I'm going to click on online pictures and I'm going to insert, as soon as this loads up here, insert breadsticks. I'm going to uncheck, make sure that you uncheck this box right here. Uncheck that box that says Creative Commons only. Go ahead and click on one and insert it in. It's going to be really big. Okay. Guys, you'll notice that the picture is selected, which means that we have picture tools and format up here. You might have seen this from when we were working with the image collage, the vacation collage. So we need to change the size. Okay, let's change the size. Let's do it over here on the right side of the page. Instead of using these to resize it, which is fine, but we need to unlock the aspect ratio. Okay, so here's where we do that. Click on this little icon right there in the corner. Okay, and click on uncheck this. It says lock aspect ratio, and we need a height of 1 inch and a width of 2. Okay, that will automatically resize it, and it looks great. I think it looks great. All right, guys, I'm going to show you one more time. If you followed along with that and you want to give it a try, go ahead and pause the video right now. Otherwise, watch me one more time. And I'm going to insert a picture of the chicken wings. Make sure that you uncheck the Creative Commons only. And I'm going to select this one right here. It's going to be really big. Okay. You can click on this little icon right here where it says this is the advanced layout. Size. I'm going to uncheck lock aspect ratio, and I'm going to type in a 1, and I'm going to type in a 2, and I'm going to click OK, and it's going to make it the same size. Now, guys, pause the video right here before you continue any more work. I'm horrible at reminding you to save your files. Okay. So let's go to save, and we're going to save this as, save it in the digital literacy. Hold on a sec, got to go to digital literacy. And I'm going to type in Word. This is 4. Type in Word 4 with your first name and last name. Click Save. Save it right now, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to add a few more pictures in, and then we'll skip to the next part. Hey guys, okay, so check it out. I've added in all of my pictures right here. Now, by adding in the pictures, it seems like I've kind of made them all just a little bit too big. Okay. The goal, although it's not required, but the goal is to keep the whole assignment on one page. Now, the very last one, the very last dessert went down here to the second page. So let me show you real quick what we need to do. So let's click on one of these and click on the first one just once. I'm going to type in 0.75 by 2. Okay. I'm going to hit enter. And it stretches it out just a little bit, but that's totally fine. Okay, I'm going to make these just a little bit shorter, I'm going to do that with each of them. So take a minute, just go ahead and do that. We've unlocked the aspect ratio, so it should keep it at 2 for the width, but the height, let's change to 0.75. 0.75 is going to be 3/4 of an inch. So that should be totally fine. Now we have everything on one page, but I want to make everything look the same, look consistent. Okay, it's going to just give it a cleaner look, even though it kind of stretches out the pictures just a little bit. But now everything is on one page. Okay, all right, guys. The next step right here is to we need to apply center left. Okay, apply center left. Let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to click on these ones. Highlight. I'm going to highlight the prices. Highlight the names and the prices, and I'm going to align center left. That's this one right here. So it brings it down into the middle of the box. I'm just going to do that with each section here real quick, like that. Middle of the box, and this one finally middle of the box. Okay. Also, guys, you can make these fonts just a little bigger if you would like to do that. Make them all the same, and there. I think that's looking pretty good. Okay. The next thing we need to do, you can go ahead and pause the video, save your file, pause the video. We're going to be done here in just a minute. Let me show you this next step, which is it's going to have to do with dot leaders. Okay, we did dot leaders on the previous assignment. That's right, we did dot leaders on the previous assignment. Okay, so we are going to select column 1, rows 3 through 13. We're going to set a right tab stop position with number 2 dot leaders at 5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to highlight. I zoomed out a little bit so I can see everything, and I'm going to highlight the names. Okay, it's okay that it highlighted entrees and desserts, but that's totally fine. It'll just ignore that. So let's go to the Home tab. Go to the paragraph. This is advanced options for the paragraph, and let's go ahead and click on tabs. Okay. It said that we wanted 5 inches, so I'm going to type in 5 right there. And we wanted a right tab stop position and number 2 dot leader. So type in 5 right there, select right, and select the 2. Click on set, and it adds it to our list right here. I'm going to click OK. All right, here's what it'll look like. Okay, I'm going to click at the end of each line, each name, food. I'm going to hold down Control, and I'm going to hit Tab. And if you did this correctly, the dots are automatically going to show up. Okay, and what it does is it automatically adds dots all the way over to 5. Okay, well, I mean, it does move everything over a bit. If you'll notice, it looks the prices look a little squished right here. So I'm going to highlight them, highlight the prices. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it at 2 inches. So I'm going to click on that little icon next to the paragraph. I'm going to go to tabs and type in 2. I'm going to type in right, or click on right, click on number 2, hit set. It adds it to this list. I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to hold down Control and hit Tab, and it makes everything pretty even and consistent. Okay, guys, if you got to this point, all right, you'd do a really good job on the assignment. You get a good grade on the assignment if you got to this step right here. However, what we want to do, if you'll notice, we've got the lines, the borders of the table. What I want to do, I want to take those out. That is, I believe that is part of the instructions. From the Table Tools Design tab, select Borders and then No Borders. And you don't have to apply an outside border to your table because we have a page border. This is the page border, so we don't need any tables. But I'm going to go to the Design view, and I'm going to go to Borders. I'm going to go to No Borders. Okay, do you see how it took that off right there? Now I'm gonna hit Control A to select everything. Nope, I'm not. I'm just gonna highlight everything inside of the box, and I'm gonna go to borders, and I'm gonna go to no borders. Okay. All right, did you see how I did that? Okay, I'm gonna highlight all the way down. Okay, so everything inside of the table is selected or highlighted. I'm going to go to borders, and I'm going to go to no borders. Okay. All right, guys. This is what the finished assignment looks like. Of course, you could put your own little style to it. And one thing that I'm going to just mention, I'd love it if you had some periods, not periods, but the tab stops in here. They're called dot leaders. If you had the tab stops, the dot leaders in here, and if all of your images were the same size. You see that? If that's the case, go ahead and save it. Okay, we're going to save it, and we're going to come back here. We're going to go to Submit Assignment. We're going to choose File, and I'm going to find it in the Digital Literacy folder. Okay, and I'm going to hit Open and Submit Assignment. Guys, also go into your Google Drive, and I want you to upload it into your Google Drive as well. There it is, and I'm going to click on New, click on File Upload. I'm going to select it and click Open, and it's going to upload it into my Google Drive, just so you have a backup copy of it. Okay, guys, I realize this video was a little longer than usual. This assignment's a little bit more complicated, but it's nothing that you guys can't handle. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to be available Thursday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. If you wanted to connect with me live, I'll answer any questions that you have, and we'll talk to you then. Thanks.